Summer greetings, everyone. You have tuned in today to the first session of the Inspiration series. The guest that we have today is a person of a special kind. He speaks of, or he is the epitome of what we look at the Buddha or Buddhism and see, or the Buddha's inspiring capability. For 2,600 years, the Buddha has inspired and continues to inspire people from all social classes of life, from all, from all countries, inspires people to devote themselves, their lives, practice towards teaching. And our guest today is also an example of that inspiring attribute that the Buddha brings to the world. So, to further introduce our guest, I invite Anoma Bataladenia, uh, who is known to many of you who are here. And before Anoma is to take over, we will be playing a small introductory trailer of Gagan and the movie Prince Siddharta Gautama. Just before we continue, a bit of housekeeping. So the session will take place for an hour, and you will also have time within this hour to direct any questions that you may have to enrich the session even further. So if you do have any questions, you can unmute yourself during the Q&A time, or you can also put any questions that you have on the chat section, and we will be very happy to direct them to Gagan. So before we continue, can you see the screen?
වසර 2600කට පෙර කපිලවස්තුපුර ශාක්‍ය රාජධානියේ සිදුහත් කුමරු උපත ලද බවයි. සිදුහත් බුදුහිමි නම් වූ මහා සිනමා කාව්‍ය. Light of Asia පදනම ඔබට දිලන කරයි.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session. And Bante, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. It is very inspiring as usual. And I think most of you joining from Sri Lanka would have watched this movie, Sri Siddharta Gautama, produced by Mr. Naveen Gunaratne. But we didn't get that opportunity because it wasn't screened in the UK. Anyhow, the trailer gives an insight to the movie. Our guest today, Gagan Malik, the popular Bollywood actor who portrayed the sacred character of Prince Siddhartha, is considered as one of the most fortunate actors in Bollywood. He also played the characters of three divine gods, Lord Vishnu, Lord Rama, and Lord Krishna. And Gagan is loved by everyone. Wherever he goes, he receives love from everyone. It is because of his compassionate personality. He's a role model. He's an award-winning actor. And in 2018, Gagan was appointed as an international brand ambassador and the Global Peace Ambassador Award in 2019. He won that award in 2019. And so, Gagan, we are so happy and proud to have you. Welcome, Aibowan, and Namaste.
Aibowan, Namaste, and I feel blessed and I feel honored to be a part of this Zoom meeting. There's a lot to go.
Yes, Gagan. How are you today? Good?
It was a hectic day. I had like some of the events to attend, but I'm there right on time.
Yes, Gagan. Thank you for that. And Gagan, I thought, there's so much to talk. So maybe we can talk a little bit about the past and then the present, what you're doing, and then, what your future plans are. To start with, Gagan, I know in Bollywood, it's not easy to become an actor because it is so much competition there. But we would like to hear about your career. How did you, why, what were the reasons for you to come? What did inspire you to become an actor? Just to start with it, yes?
I shall come with an honest answer. I think, I don't want to say anything like here and there, right? To the point. Basically, I always wanted to be a cricketer in my life. I played like under 16 for my state. I played under 19. I played India under 19. I played Ranji Trophy, like first class also for my state, Delhi. But after that, due to some, there are a lot of politics in cricket. I also felt a lot of problems I faced at that time. And the blood is very hot when you are young and 19 in your teenage. And I just wanted to leave it. But at that point of time, when I left cricket, I always used to get a compliment about my looks, like, oh, you look like a model, you look like an actor. When somebody tells you those kind of things, it sometimes come up in your mind, like, it hooks up in your mind. So the story was very interesting. I went to see a fashion show. There, one guy spotted me there and he said, are you model? I said, no. He said, would you like to be a model? Like, would you like to be on the ramp in my next show? Because I see you look like a model in the crowd. So I said, it's okay. I can do if you want. It's okay with me. Then he called me next day. And when he called me next day, there was a long line of, a lot of contestants were there. There's an audition going on. I said, I have to pass all this. I have never walked. He said, don't worry. You just walk. We'll see. It's okay. This is how it goes. And you will not believe I walked out of, I think, 25 guys. Only 2 guys were selected and I was one of them for a very big ramp show in Delhi. And that was the beginning, and after the show, I was really appreciated and that clicked for me. And after that, I said, okay, I did a lot of modeling assignments, ramp shows, TV commercials. And finally, I end up in becoming a Mr. India, Mr. Photogenic 2004, Grassy Mr. India, Mr. Photogenic. So that is how my journey began, right? From modeling to ads, to ramp shows, and from there I jumped into the acting world. That is how it started.
Thank you so much. And that's what I said, that you're a lucky star, and also you wanted to become a superstar one day. Was it one of your dreams?
Actually, I just want to tell you something. Every actor like who comes into the industry, Bollywood, Hollywood, or anywhere, even in Sri Lanka, we all have the aims in our mind to be a superstar, like one of the most famous actor, name, fame, money. But the life changed. When you know the Dhamma of the Buddha, then your life changed. I got selected for the film Sri Siddharta Gautama, and I was preparing for my role, and I read about it, and that was the end of my dreams of being a superstar.
Yeah, I think we need to talk about the film, the character that you played, because that character and the movie inspired you, and at the end you embraced Buddhism in 2013. Yeah, yes. And for an actor, Gagan, a character is just a character, right? It is not just a character, but it is a character. But once you do that, you move on to another character, then it will be his favorite character. But for you, for this Prince Siddhartha's character, I think it is the rebirth of Gagan Malik. Do you agree with me if I say so? I mean, you were reborn with that movie. You were reborn, with that character after playing that character. Can you hear me? Oh, is there any disturbances? I think something went wrong with the audio, I suppose. Yeah.
No?
Gagan, I think you're muted. You're muted. Can't hear you. You're muted, Gagan. Unmute, please. Oh.
I'm so sorry. Can you see me now?
Yeah, we can see, we can hear both. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry for that. For me, I believe for every actor, when we plan, like we prepare ourselves for a character, like we go into the character. This is what the criteria is. But I will tell you a very beautiful story. Mr. Naveen Gunaratne and the director, they both came to Mumbai also for the auditions.
He's here with us.
Okay, Naveen sir, it's a funny story, so he will be hearing it too. Naveen sir, when he came and he took my interview. The first thing he told me, he said, Gagan, I don't know after the interview, I promise you will be there in my movie. I don't know why. I don't know in what capacity, but you will be there. That I'm sure for that. So he liked me at the first incident. But see the questions that was asked from him. He asked me, do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you have girlfriends? Do you party? All those kind of questions were asked from me. And I was a bit in a shock. I said, it's a movie, like you are asking me some private questions, and like I didn't understand. He said, it's a very sensitive subject for us. People of Sri Lanka can kill me or they can kiss. There is no in between. That was the preparation. So when I got to know that this character is a very sensitive character, so I have to be mindful and study very deeply and strongly so that I do justice to the character. So I took it very seriously and I studied the character. To study the character, I read a book, Old Path, White Clouds. That was my first book on Buddha that I read, and it changed my whole world. It changed my whole thinking when I saw the Dhamma of the Buddha. So I thought this treasure of Dhamma was given to the whole world by the son of India, and how come we don't know about it? Like we don't know much about it. So that is how my journey began. It gave a strong impact on my mind, body, and soul. I give a lot of credit to Naveen sir. Otherwise, it would have not been possible. I can't see you, Anoma, right now.
He's there.
No, I couldn't see you. Now
sorry, I'm here.
Okay, I can see you now.
Yeah,
I can see you now.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Gagan. And I think casting is very important in a movie or drama or whatever it is. If you don't get the right person, the whole thing is gone. So I think Mr. Gunaratne has done a very good job, and he has experience on that, and he had done a good job, and he got the right person. And
thank you.
Yeah. So now, Gagan, you were talking about preparation. I think it is very important, even for an actor, it's very important. But especially for this character, it's a spiritual character. And as you mentioned, criticisms could come. There could be a lot of criticism. So what was your preparation? You read a book, I know. You learned a bit about Dhamma, but we are not going to talk about Dhamma because it's not on that.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about, because the inner happiness and all those things, I think you have to have all that and the understanding of the character. Yeah?
When you play a character, the character like Buddha, it is larger than the life.
Yes.
It is not a normal character of any kind of James Bond or any Bollywood hero or something. We are talking about Prince Siddharta here.
Yes.
How he will walk, how he will talk. Lot of sentiments are involved. People have not seen Prince Siddharta on screen before that. They are looking forward. Lot of people are going against the movie. They were after Naveen sir's life. How can you bring a movie of Buddha on screen? It's not possible. How someone can do a justice? Those kind of feelings are there. The fear is there. So you need to prepare. So I thought, what is the right way to prepare? I thought, I spoke to myself. And when I spoke to myself, I heard, okay, Buddha said, be your own master here. I started meditating.
Yeah.
I started meditating very, very strongly just before the movie. And that time I realized, there was certain kind of power. I surrendered myself to Buddha. I said, I want to do justice to the role. People, this will go to the whole world. We want to take the sacrifice that you have given in your life to end suffering for the whole world. I'm going to portray that. So without your blessings, without your strength, without your support, I will not be able to do it. So I just needed the blessings there. So I was meditating, and you will not believe, we had a teacher from China. He basically not from America, but he was Chinese. He was also trying to teach us, like, this is how Buddha will walk, this is how he will do. I said, sorry, there's certain things which, let me do it on my own, because I am not you. Even he has not seen Buddha. How can he tell me that, okay, he will walk like that?
Exactly.
So it is only me. So I was given a house, a huge house with a huge room or hall of white color. So what I did, I put the paintings of the Buddha all over the house, like paintings everywhere. And I started meditating, and that brought calmness in me. And I reached a point where I meditated for 8 hours. I reached that point. And after that, I was so calm that I didn't need any teacher to walk, to talk. Automatically the calmness came. And at that time, the other preparation was like to learn Sri Lankan language. I didn't know the language. And for the lip sync, they can dub, but we have to speak. I cannot say A, B, C, D. I have to speak the dialogues to get the reaction of the other actor. It's action and reaction. Exactly. If I will give the same, and all other actors are Sri Lankan. If I am talking to them in Sri Lankan language, so I have to give that emotion. And this is an emotional movie. So that was a big task. The other task, to lose weight, to show my bones. The other target, to grow my beard, because Naveen sir wanted everything natural. He said everything. I have a curly hair. If I grow up, I have a curly hair. And he said, you have to grow the beard,
Again, you went muted. Yeah. You went muted. You are muted, Gagan.
Try now to unmute yourself.
Okay. So, I did a lot of things to prepare the language, the beard, the body, the hair. And when I came there, somehow, these kind of preparations were really tough. And you will not believe, when I was trying to walk in the jungles, I had a lot of thorns in my feet in the beginning, on the first day. And, the doctor was there, and I told Naveen sir, like a lot of thorns are going inside my feet, a lot of blood is coming, this and that. And then he was laughing. He said, Gagan, it's not easy to be Buddha. You're playing Prince Siddharta, so you have to face all these things. So a lot of preparations were done. There are technically certain points. When you walk like Buddha, you can't look down and walk cinematically. Like you can't see down, there is no thorn I can take. When you're walking straight, looking forward, looking up, you can walk with a serene body language. You need to look straight up. If the thorn has come, you have to hold the expression that nothing has happened. You are walking happily. So these are the cinematic things that I have faced, and a lot of preparations, like knowing about Buddha, language, body, hair, and there's a lot more stuff.
Yeah,
That
basically physically and mentally both you had to, prepare
yes,
yourself. And
yes,
for the first scene, which was the first scene that was shot was a austerity scene, I suppose. Yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah. So I think these are
You
difficult
know,
state.
you know, I'll tell you, just before starting of the movie, I don't know what happened to me. I was in Delhi a week before. I slept one night, and next morning I woke up with a lot of acne on my face, like 200 acne on my face in one night. I did not know what has happened to me. So I woke up with those acne, and I got a bit scared. People were waiting in Sri Lanka to see who will be Prince Siddhartha. Only few people knew that I am the one who's going to play. My beard was long. I have 200 big, small, big pimples on my face. My hair was grown up, like really big, and I was a bit skinny. And the bones, you can see the bones there for that shot.
Yeah.
And I took medicine, nothing was working for me. I was crying, literally crying in a room, like, after so much of hard work for months, when I got the role, what has happened to me? I was continuously taking medicine, but nothing was happening. So I told Naveen sir that this has happened. He said, no, no problem. Come, we'll see what can be done. So when I went there, everybody looked at me. A guy came, a skinny guy with 200 pimples on the face, with like long beard and having like long hair. And they were looking at Naveen sir, looking at me that he is going to play Prince Siddhartha. Are you sure? Then I told Naveen sir that this has happened. He said, no problem, wait. Then they had internally some meeting, which I got to know later on, that people said, we need to change him. We need to get the other guy on board because he's not looking Prince Siddhartha right now. So Naveen sir stood by and he said, no, we will take master shots, we'll take wide shots, we will not take close shot, but I will not change Gagan. I was crying in the room, and you will not believe, I went to a Sri Lankan doctor. I didn't know what to do. One Sri Lankan doctor gave me the medicine, and it was the same medicine. And after taking the medicine, I went to the temple. Nearby, a Buddhist temple, I went, I prayed, and I said, please bless me. I really want to do this role. And I am telling you, this is the truth. Believe me, this is the truth. While I was coming back home, Naveen sir's house where I was staying, I can feel the sensation in my pimple. And in 3 days, within 3 days, everything vanished. And, all clean up. I'm back in form. And when everybody was waiting to see my first shot, austerity scene where I'm sitting with bones and I walk and I fall down and people come and give me the milk. When I did that scene with a lot of dedication, I didn't eat for 1.5 days just before that scene, just to feel the hunger. Like, how does it feel? So when I walked, I've fallen, and you will not believe, everybody who were present there, they started clapping after the first shot. And that was the moment which gave me the strongest boost ever. And Naveen sir came, don't worry, Mara is always there, but end of the day, Buddha will win. So don't worry. So that was a very strange and a beautiful story to tell, and it's a true story.
That's thank you for that. So which means you have been honest, you have been dedicating, you have been doing so much to do this perfectly, to do this role, do this character so much, so that the God also would have helped, and the Lord Buddha would have helped, and not Lord Buddha, but anyway, there's some power would have helped. Anyway, so now moving from that to that scene, the other scenes, about the other scenes when you talk, what was the most difficult scene that you thought, that as a human being, now you are not in that level of, Prince Siddhartha, but anyway, for you too, what was, touched you mostly? So
honestly, there's nothing I can say difficult. When you are prepared well for your examinations, there's nothing difficult there. The difficulty word comes when you are not prepared.
Exactly.
So I was fully prepared. There was nothing difficult, but I can say I felt the maximum emotions when I was leaving Yashodhara.
Renunciation.
Because I was into so much pain. I was into so much character, into so much of a character, like, I was feeling like how Prince Siddhartha would have felt leaving the wife and the child whom he loved the most. I was really crying there. And when the scene was shot, not only me, the whole crew, 100 people were there and they all were crying while shooting the scene. So I think that was a very painful scene for me. Rather than, there was a scene when he sees the deceased man, that was also very painful. And I always had a problem in the lotus position. Like my legs are a bit stiff because I do a lot of gym there. So it was difficult to sit in that position. So I have to struggle hard for that one. But if you talk about all other scenes, there are a lot of scenes which are close to my heart. But leaving Yashodhara is the most painful one. I really felt it the most strongest, I can say.
Yeah, I think we have come to a good place to talk about your family, a little bit about family. Did your wife see this movie?
Yes, of course. She has seen. Yeah.
And how did she accept she and your parents, you're embracing Buddhism?
My wife has seen the movie, and after a point of time when she saw it like for 50 times, she said, Gagan, it's difficult for me to see that. because every time we have shown the movie to different parts of the country in Sri Lanka and other countries. And whenever we used to go for the screening, that we are the front seaters, and you can see like 500 people are watching with you. You can't leave that place. So, and she continuously, she was watching, but she loved the movie. And about my family, you have to understand, my family is very liberal. Like, I asked my father.
It went muted again. I can't hear Gagan. Sorry, you're muted again. Unmute. What happened?
Okay, is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay, Gagan. Again went, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay, sometimes a call comes in between and then it gets mute automatically. Something like that happens. People keep calling. I think I should have used another phone or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was telling you, my parents were very liberal, like really liberal. And I asked my father, I said, I want to be a Buddhist. I'm really inspired. And it is my inner feeling. I'm showing the movie to the whole world and talking about Buddhism. And everybody asked me, like, are you a Buddhist? Means you're trying to give happiness to others, but you are not happy. It's like that. It sounds like that.
Yeah.
So first of all, if I am not accepting Buddhism, how can I ask people to follow? So, that was my inner voice. So I said, I accepted happily. And my father said, don't worry. You are not going to go to become a terrorist here. No, like he was joking. He said, you are going for a good reason. You are following Buddhism and you will be a better person. I'm 100% sure. So he gave me his blessings fully, like not him, my mother, everyone, like, and we accepted gracefully.
Yeah, so you have been very lucky at that point also. And Gagan, now you said that inside you had to be a Buddhist first to, to give others, to tell others about Buddhism So what do you think of, which means you are happy that you are a Buddhist. What do you think of inner happiness? Because I have seen you talking about inner happiness a lot. How do you define inner happiness?
See, in my eyes, I will tell you with my experience, my personal experience. One day I was just going in my car. One beggar, small child, he knocked my window and I was having an ice cream. And he looked at my ice cream. He looked at me and the eyes were saying, can you give it to me? He didn't say anything, but the eyes could speak clearly that I need that ice cream. I opened the window and I gave my ice cream to him. I said, have it. That is what I could do. And you could have seen the happiness on his face, in his eyes, like his soul was happy. That gave me so much happiness deep inside, which was beyond words. This is what we all feel when we help someone. Basically, we say it or we don't say it, but we feel like a king. We have the feeling of peace. We have the feeling of inner happiness because your soul is happy when you help someone, when you serve someone. So I got the point there. The real happiness, inner happiness, is in serving others. This is what the monks are doing. This is what the Buddha did. He served the whole humanity.
Exactly.
All his life. So basically, in nutshell, real inner happiness is in serving others. So that is the definition of inner happiness for me.
Thank you, Gagan. And The floor is open for questions. It's open for all of you. Please, if you have any questions, Gagan would love to answer, and we would like to hear your voices. Are there any who would like to join? Any questions? I think Dil, yeah? Yes, Dil.
Okay. So I want to first thank Bhante for this wonderful opportunity. You said, Anoma, you said that this is not about Buddhism, but this is everything about Buddhism that we have been talking. But I also want to say a special thank you to you, Gagan, for coming here with all the, many appointments and things. And what the life you have led, even though you spoke about Buddhism, I'll come to that, but I see you've been doing Rama and Ramayana and lots of other things as a child. So I think this is even long before you came to Buddhism and went to Mihimpala and Poson and, became a Buddhist. So this is something you brought from another birth. But I also want to thank Naveen Gunaratna. The other day when I was in Sri Lanka, our mutual friend Maureen brought me to have a meal in your restaurant with all this beautiful amphitheater. Hi, Naveen. And it was wonderful to have all these things beautifully lit, the music, the amphitheater. It's something that I will recommend every Sri Lankan to do when they go there, because I think from all the places I've visited, I was most inspired. So thank you for all that. I was really interested in what you said. So as I wanted to ask you, there was a few things which I wanted to really pick up from what you said. First thing is that you felt that you needed to meditate, and you had this large room. So you realized the importance of space, you wanted it all white. And then you had this visualization that you had all these pictures which were there. So what really, at that time, were you a Buddhist? What did you know about meditation? Did you have a guide, or was it, as I feel, something from inside you that drew to you, whatever the way you meditated, and the effect of space that is important, visualization, attention, and intention, all these things which are so crucial to Buddhism, which in the practice which is now coming out in all the science, you put in together at a very young age. So I really like to know how did that all come about?
Okay, thank you very much for the question, and nice talking to you, first of all, and thanks for all the compliments for the movie and to us. Basically, that time I was not a Buddhist, but I was trying to play the character of Prince Siddhartha. So what I knew about meditation is basically breathe in and breathe out, to focus on my breathing. And we had a teacher called Mr. Gyan, like he was there at that time, who sometimes comes and does one-to-one meditation also. He continuously telling us, okay, now we have reached this point, now you do this, okay, like, slow breathing, fast breathing, sometimes calm breathing. Sometimes we have to walk in the meditation continuously, and you will not believe we had a cup of tea in meditation in that time, like sitting, only two people there. Like, he taught me, like, when you're taking a sip, it makes you calm. It makes you know yourself. And you will not believe, after 8 hours of meditation, that was the max that we have sat down. He said 5 more minutes, my whole body was paining, my joints were paining by sitting in that kind of a position. Then he said, now this is the experience you will never forget in your life. Then 5 minutes, I could feel that my energy has gone out of my body and can see somebody sitting there and meditating. That is, your soul has, we don't talk about soul, like the energy has gone out and the body is there. We are like, I felt like we are a bubble in the ocean. That kind of a feeling has come. And because the target was given to him was, I want to make myself calm. I am an actor from Bollywood who's aggressive, who have a lot of dreams, who is young, who really want to do a lot of things. But Prince Siddhartha is in pain. He wants to leave everything behind. I need to calm down. I want to walk like people would say and say, oh yes, please walk like so mindful. So we did mindful meditation too. We did Shunyata meditation too. Nothingness. So we did a lot of different kind of experiences, and it really worked for me, and it is still working for me. So there's a lot of preparation, because without meditation you can't do anything.
Exactly.
You can't play this role without meditation there. And why I put the white walls there, I feel myself like white is my favorite color, and I think it shows the purity. When I went to the Buddhist temple, I saw everyone is wearing the white dresses. White is the
You went muted again.
I'm so sorry, in between the call came. Is it okay now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, the color of purity, the white color was so attractive to me that when I was sitting there, I feel like, okay, I am somewhere in the pure world. And I put the pictures of the Buddha, which I used to like the most. I printed them and put it on the walls, because when I open my eyes, I can see and I can feel the peace. So it was a great experience to learn that kind of a meditation, and I'm still practicing every day.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And just to say that I love your statement, Mara will always and a special thank you to Naveen for selecting you with all your 200 pimples, because I think he connected with you, and really grateful. Thank you, Naveen, for that.
Yeah, we all say 100 tons of thanks to Mr. Naveen, because if he would have not been there, no Siddhartha movie, no Siddhartha, and me not becoming a Buddhist at all. So exactly. Then I will not know Dhamma. So all credit goes to him.
And that Mara is always there, but the Buddha is finally overrides him. So that's a message for all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Naveen.
And I think, Dil, what I mentioned was that we are not going to talk deep Dhamma, because Gagan is still learning Dhamma. So I didn't want anybody to ask questions on Dhamma and put him,
Yeah,
so
because when we talk about Dhamma, I have read, but I don't want, I'm not 100% confident. Incomplete age knowledge is very risky. It's better to ask the monk. He will give the best answer. I can give the answers, but I don't want to take any risk there to say something which is not 100% correct.
Yeah, so that is why I wanted to mention that. And there's a question we have got on the chat section. I think we were going to ask this also. What do you think of Buddhism in India today? Would people of India accept your Buddhist experience and values?
Basically, when I was traveling to different countries and showing the movie with Mr. Naveen, we also had a question answer round after the movie. And the first thing, maximum time, I mean, almost every time they ask me, Buddha was born in India, Buddhism is from India, but how come Buddhism is not there? It's very less in India. And what are you doing for Buddhism? That knocked me on my head, exactly. I don't know much about India now. What is happening there? So I came back. I started connecting with the Buddhist people. I spoke to them about the movie. I showed them the movie. I got, just to create awareness about and to meet more of the people, I got sacred relics of Buddha from Sri Lanka to India, and a huge event have taken place here. It was all over. That is how people got to know me, through the movie and through the relics. That was the beginning. And slowly I've started working on it. Now people in the situation is like this right now. I am the brand ambassador for the Buddhist Society of India and many other organizations. I am something somewhere, and all the Buddhist leaders, most of the Buddhist leaders in my country, in my area, Maharashtra, Delhi, they all love me, and I'm strongly in touch with them. And you will not believe, I am coming from an event where I have donated 111 Buddha statues, and I'm coming from that event too, where one of the ministers came. So I'm trying my best to revive Buddhism in India, which was actually started by Dr. Ambedkar in 1956. So I'm trying my best to revive it. So a lot of work is going on right now. A lot of devotees and upasaks.
I think about 13%, the traditional Buddhists, less than 13% in India, but converted Buddhists are about 87% in India right now, I think about, it's something like that, And you were mentioning about the book. Was it written by Dr. Ambedkar? The book that you read, and the book, you said a book inspired me.
Oh, in the beginning, you're talking at the beginning. The name of the book is Old Path, White Clouds. It is written by Most Venerable Thich Hat Nhan. He's a Vietnamese monk who lives in France, and that is a story from the birth to the last breath, including the Dhamma also in that book. It is one of the most popular book on Buddhism, and that monk is one of the most respectful monks in the world, Most Venerable Thich Hat Nhan.
Okay.
So that inspired me.
Yeah, we have a question. Gaia is asking a question, and can you unmute, please? Okay,
Yes.
Gaia, you can ask the question.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Gagan. It's been very insightful and inspirational. But like you spoke about Dr. Ambedkar, I've read his books and I know about the challenges that he had trying to promote Buddhism back then. As of now, what are the challenges that you are facing? What are the barriers to Buddhism, promoting Buddhism in current India? I mean, do you face a lot of challenges or is it like quite smooth? What are they?
Okay. You have to understand. I was talking about it in the today's event also. We are trying to find the ways. At the ground level, which I felt personally, we are lacking. The Buddhist people are lacking in unity.
Yes.
They have not got the essence of, like, compassion, love, peace. Somehow some people knew it, but most of the people, because they were not very well educated, because all the Dalits, they have become Buddhist at that time. And unfortunately, Dr. Ambedkar, after becoming a Buddhist and made everyone, like, introduce Buddhism, he passed away very quickly. So what his aim was to, go make people understand deeply about Buddhism is not there. But he really wanted the Buddhism all over India. I am facing the challenges right now is people are, jealous sometimes with each other at the ground level. So everybody wants to go forward and they cannot. And secondly, there are certain levels where we don't have a single organization, like where international different countries can trust on that, a single organization. Like we don't have a Mahasangha with Sanghraja. So I was trying in today's speech, I said, like, okay, let's have a Mahasangha with Sanghraja, and we should have one single organization, one single umbrella, where all the foundations and organization come under that umbrella. And we should get affiliated that, Mahasangha from all the different Buddhist countries in the world. Then they can step up and, teach us certain things, which is lacking in India right now regarding Buddhism. So I'm working on it, and a lot of thousands of people are supporting me. They love me in India a lot. And I hope, we will come up with something very strong, because in India, I have seen Buddhism in Sri Lanka, where the monk, if he's going to sit, you put a white cloth before he sits. Yeah. You sit under monk. You will not, your chair will not be higher than the monk. All those practices, I don't see those kind of practices in India right now. In Maharashtra, like I don't see all those things, because the problem is there is no one to train them,
guide them.
Monks are trained, but their monks are the well-trained monks are less who can train people. They don't listen. So we have to create education, like a Buddhist based high class. High class means I'm talking about the A grade Buddhist academic school. Like we have, like the same way we have schools of like Christian, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, all that kind of schools, which is the base is the religion, and base means like it's academically, and people, children from all the religions, they study there. Same way, I don't see a school of that top quality with a Buddhist base. When the Buddhist based school will come up, I think it can change the criteria of the mindset of the child. Doesn't matter which religion you belong to, because in Buddhism, we are more into making a society a better society to live in. Like all the religions are like that, but we want, if somebody is Hindu, we want to share a Dhamma of the Buddha with him, and we can always tell him, if you follow this Dhamma, these principles, you will become a better Hindu, you will become a better Muslim, you will become a better Christian. We are just, it's a study, it's a way of life. We welcome everyone. So these are the challenges. I'm talking to the education minister, I'm talking to all the top sanghas, I'm talking to all the monks, I'm talking to the organizations. So I'm putting in all the efforts that I can, but it's not easy. But I think once we start it, the day will come when the things will be smooth and calm.
Of course. Thank you very much, Gagan. That was very helpful. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you,
My
for
pleasure.
that.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah. And you said that answering that question, you said school at the school levels, you have to have a school. And I think it should be introduced now in Sri Lanka, it is a subject, and religion is a subject. So we have to follow, everyone has to follow that subject. And also we have Dhamma schools and all. So do you think when you introduce Buddhism, film is one way that you do. I mean, you can have a school, that is fine. But what are the other ways that you could do? How about getting media into it?
Okay. I have
Have
to,
you thought
let's,
of it?
okay. Yes, definitely. That is why I want to say here that in India, when you talk about Indian media is one of the strongest media in the world.
Yeah.
Like you have thousands of channels, like, they're showing news all over. But there's a media called A-grade media, like top news channels. We have many top news channels. So when you talk about media, our Buddhist people, the problem is they are in the pond. If they have to share some news, they will share in the Buddhist groups. They have their YouTube channels. They have their, like, a small time, like, a channel which is only watched by Buddhist people, like that kind, not on a A-grade media. So we have to bring all of them from a pond to an ocean, of media. So in the today's speech also, I said that we need to change the process. We have Buddhist scholars in India, like really well educated Buddhist scholars we have in India, who follows Dr. Ambedkar, and they are very strong, and they should come and do the debates in the A-grade channels, like news channels and media or whatever, wherever they can do. And that can only be done when we have a proper professional approach to all the media channels in that way. And there are a little bit of politics also there. Somehow Buddhist people are, they doesn't get that kind of a support what they deserve. So I'm working on that one too. That is the most important thing that one have to do in India.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Sujata has asked, we missed it out, Sujata. She had asked, what was your religion before becoming a Buddhist it's from Sujata. So he was a Hindu, Sujata, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Sujata has given, rice and milk to Buddha all the time.
yes. That's interesting. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And Gagan, now that was India. So how about Vietnam? Because you took you were very strongly spreading Buddhism in Vietnam. You played a very strong role in that. Yeah, isn't it? So how did they accept Buddhism?
No,
Vietnam.
you have to understand. Vietnam is a Buddhist country.
Yeah.
Oh no, Vietnam is a communist country,
Communist
not
country.
a Buddhist country.
Not a communist.
Sorry. Is a communist country, but there are some monks who are working for Buddhism, and people of Vietnam, basically the general public, they are very strongly devoted to Buddha. They are strongly devoted to Buddha, and they are very, very generous. They have that feeling of generosity, and they always want to help people. This is my personal feeling from Vietnam. And I think it is not easy for the monks in Vietnam to spread Buddhism, but slowly, I think the government of Vietnam is also supporting them, because United Nations Day of Vesak was celebrated there now 2 times already, and many other activities is being done. Temples are there, Buddhist temples are there. It is seen as a good way of life. It is giving something good to the society. And Buddhist people, they are not for war. So that is the only, I will not say a way of life, which always says that war is not an answer for war. Peace is the answer. So it is not fearing for any kind of a government. And I can see with the coming time, I think Vietnamese government is also supporting, and internally, every person in Vietnam, they love Buddha and they want to follow Buddha. Like, they are really, really lovable people, and they always come forward to help me. They always come forward, like to help poor people, to help any kind of a charity. They really want to do, even the monks, and they do a good job. And there's a lot to learn from them about generosity.
So that has made you easy, to set about.
Yes.
Yes. Now, Gagan, are there any questions? Just let me check if there are any questions. No, I don't think so. Yes, Gagan. And now, coming back to the spreading of the word of Buddha, the Dhamma, or which you were inspired, and now you are spreading it to the at least the India and the other countries. So, what was the support that you got from Sri Lanka? You know, the monks, you would have met monks. You know, apart from reading, I'm trying to get how you inspired. This is very important for me. Apart from reading the book, apart from playing the character, and what else did inspire you in Sri Lanka?
In Sri Lanka, every single thing of Sri Lanka always inspired me. I always felt like I was born, my previous life, I was born in Sri Lanka. This is what I personally feel, because it's like my second home. My heart, my body lives there, but my soul is in Sri Lanka. That's the real fact. I've been to Sri Lanka, I don't know how many times. My passport is like full of Sri Lankan visas there. The most inspiring thing in Sri Lanka is there's a lot to learn how gracefully.
Again, you got a call.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
How gracefully and respectfully they accept Buddhism. You can, any small child, I saw how parents how a parent training the child regarding Buddhism, how to bow down, what about Dhamma. I have seen in the temples, and children are really, really inspired by their parents, and they grow up with those kind of values there. And definitely the kind of respect the monks get from the people is very inspiring after I saw the things in India. And the best part, I personally feel Sri Lanka has got the most intelligent monks in the world. They are well versed in Dhamma, and I think they are playing a most integral part in spreading Buddhism across the world. They are full of knowledge. That is very inspiring. And in the future, I definitely would like them to come and do some kind of a joint ventures, like a cultural exchange or a religious exchange. Some kind of exchange has to be there. These are the things, and definitely Sri Lanka is a beautiful country. I like the overall vibes and energy of Sri Lanka. It's beautiful, and the cleanliness is there as compared to India. There are a lot of things I love about Sri Lanka, and people are emotional. I really love Sri Lanka. I'm short of words if you ask me about Sri Lanka.
Thank you very much. That was lovely. Yeah. And Gagan, now speaking about your work that you're planning to do in future, and you have set up a foundation, Gagan Malik Foundation, maybe, people who want to help you or support you in different ways, so you can tell about it. And I think you're going to build up a Pali University library and so many things you're planning to do. Yeah.
See the practicality of it is like this. As I told you, I was working with I'm working with many foundations.
Yeah.
And whenever you do a project, there are a lot of laws. First of all, you need funding. Exactly. Without funding, you can't make any project. For funding, either the government will support you or the donors will come forward and say, okay, I will support you. These are the two ways to generate the funds, and then you can make it possible.
Yeah.
I was working and helping different foundations, but slowly I realized, like in different foundations, there are a lot of jealousies, there are a lot of hatred. The things were not getting up to the mark the way I wanted. So recently, it's not old, it's very new that I formed the Gagan Malik Foundation. People trust me, they love me, and I really want to, come up to their trust. And I said, okay, if Gagan Malik Foundation is there, they know the donors will come in a very strong way. And right now, we are working on a school. I will tell you my projects. First of all, my project is, there's a school called Mahamaya International School. I am trying to get the poor people to live there and to have a right education, especially the children who have lost their parents in COVID. They have no one to take care of. They can live there, they can study there, and they can be a good human being in the coming future. Second project I'm making is, I want to I've seen the viharas in India. They're very, very small viharas with the not good statues of Buddha there. So I have taken an oath of donating 84,000 Buddha statues across my country.
Yeah.
So, I've already given it to more than 50 temples. A nice Buddha statue that came from Thailand. Thailand is supporting me for that one. And even I have given small Buddha statues for the home practice to the people who really trying to do something for Buddhism to make their moral more high, like give them a moral boost. Today also I donated 111 Buddha statues, and donors are always there across the world, from Vietnam, from Thailand. Even Vietnam is supporting in this one. And third one, I try to make a Pali university, but there are a lot of rules and regulations, which is a tough one to go about it. So first of all, my project, then the new project that I formed is I want to form an hospital where
That's good.
where I've already had an agreement with an hospital. So the hospital owner said, you give me the machines. If I get he gave me the list, you give me the machines, and I will treat all the monks and nuns for free, and poor people who cannot afford will also be treated free of cost. So we have done some kind of agreement, and I've shared it on my Facebook. If I get all those things, I can help monks and nuns in a big way, because you will not believe, in the time of COVID there was no one to help monks and nuns.
Yeah.
I tried like giving groceries and all those kind of things in my capacity, or whatever people supported me. But at the same time, I think the treatment is so expensive that they can't do anything. Then I also opened a health products company, where I can make some nice products which can be donated free to the monks, like for liver, heart, for the kidneys, for all, like for overall good health, like an Ayurvedic product for the prevention of health problems. So that is also another project. So people are coming forward. Recently, monk from Canada also donated 500 small packets of a herbal tea, which is very helpful in immunity boosting and respiratory system, which is approved by Indian Ayurvedic Ministry. So these kind of a project I'm into, and definitely people who would like to come forward, they can contact me on my email. Like, they can send me an email, and we can do the needful whatever they want to do. And I make sure, like, if we are doing something, all the things are very crystal clear, like whatever we do, like they can see what we are doing.
Yeah. Thank you, Gagan. And there's another question.
Okay.
Gagan, can you please say something about Lotus World project and the 3 roots of goodness, right speech, right action, like livelihood, friendship, and form? Yeah, that's a long question.
No, I understood. I got the question.
Yeah.
Basically, we have formed a Lotus World with Naveen sir. We always sensed a feeling of competition wherever we went, and we really didn't like the feeling of that competition, because everyone wants to put a foot on others' head and go up. So we want to bring everyone on a common platform. So that is why we have created this beautiful Lotus World. Like, it's a different world which have compassion, friendship, and everyone on a common platform, forgetting about all the caste, color, creed, religion, rich, poor, anything. So that is why we have created this Lotus World. And Naveen sir is trying to form something where, he will bring everyone on a common platform, including the artists, scholars. Like, he has a very big picture, a plan, which we can share through you to the people around the world, the whole overall plan. And we thought, okay, like, we have 8-fold path, but from that we will start from firstly one, that is right speech, right actions, and right livelihood. Like, these are the ones, and good deeds, and we also talk about friendship in that one. Let's start with these things, and once it will grow more, then we'll add up another path, then we'll add up another path. Slowly we'll add all the 8 paths there. But in the beginning, these 3 are the ones. And if somebody wants to know the definition of right speech, like, you have to be mindful when you speak, not using the right word, or not using the wrong word, abusing language and whatever. Like, you can study more Dhamma, you will get a much better information. It will be too short of me if I tell you in 2-liners. Right actions, like, your actions has to be right. You make sure, like, whatever you're doing is correct, not to harm any other, not to do anything, something which will hurt someone else, because if you take right action, you will definitely get good results end of the day. And right livelihood, like, you don't have to cheat anyone, you don't steal anything, you should be like, genuinely you have to work whatever you are doing without cheating or harming anyone. So these are the three things that we have added. Lotus World is a beautiful world. That's a great dream. Naveen sir will explain more through you in the later stages when we do another special program for that.
Yeah, thank you. And I do, yeah, yes, who wants to talk? Is there anyone who wants to talk?
And this leads to children serving others, doing at least one good deed a day. Is that what your aim is?
Yeah, okay, that was because of the inner happiness. We have started that project in Sri Lanka. I said, okay, let's go to the schools. Let's start something, okay? Once you do one good deed, it gives you inner happiness. When you grow up, the children will grow up doing those kind of things. When they grow up, their internal mind setup will be like that. They would never want to hurt anyone, because they will do one good deed. They will feel very happy. Just let them do whatever they want. And slowly and slowly, they will start doing much, much more good deeds in the future. Because, when you taste something is nice, when you're eating, you want it more. And this is something, the sweetest in the world, the inner happiness. When you help someone, you will get that one. Today you are doing one good deed, I'm 100% sure next day you will do more. It will grow automatically. And when you grow up as an adult, you will grow up with those kind of setup in your mind and in your heart. You will be a compassionate person. So it can change the whole scenario of everything if you can do one good deed a day. It can be anything.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Noeline is there. Noeline.
Yeah, Gagan, just a quick question. When you are doing so much for Buddhism, what are the reactions of the other religious organizations?
I welcome all of them. Why they have nothing, like, I love Buddhism, love everyone, no? Like, if I'm a Buddhist, it doesn't mean I hate anyone. Buddhism means like I'm a compassionate person.
What about their reactions towards you?
Yeah.
I'm coming to that. When it's very simple and nice. Like, if I am loving and compassionate, their reaction will definitely be loving and compassionate reaction I get in return. And you will not believe, in Bodh Gaya, where Buddha attained enlightenment, I did an event for donating Buddha statues inside the temple, and 111 statues were there, and 60 statues were given to the Muslim people, and they took it with a grace, and they thanked me, and they hugged me and said, we all respect Buddha for his teachings. This is the love we get in return. So when you are compassionate, it's very difficult that you get something wrong in result. You can try it. You have to give love, you will get love. The problem starts when we give love and when we don't give love and the other person doesn't give love. So keep giving love. When I was reading, somebody asked His Holiness, what is your religion? He said, loving kindness. That was a good answer. So I loved it. So I want to follow that path of His Holiness.
You're doing a great job.
Yes, exactly. And that was a very good message. And I think that it's the philosophy that, that they have understood, not, Dhamma, and in Dhamma, the philosophy of Dhamma, not Buddhism. And there's another question, yes. I would like to know what the current film is you're working on.
Okay. Because of the Corona time, the shooting was a big trouble. But right now, these days, I'm doing a TV series called Santoshi Ma. She's a Hindu goddess, and I'm playing Lord Vishnu in that series, which is currently I'm doing. And Lord Vishnu, everybody knows in Sri Lanka very well.
Yeah.
Vishnu Devals are there. And side by side, I recently, 3 days back, I shot a very beautiful song on Buddha, which will be released in Sri Lankan language too. So the video is beautiful, and I'm playing Buddha in that one, and I hope you all will love it.
It's a song, yeah?
It's a song. That is a song. I'm doing one series. I'm playing Lord Vishnu in that one, and recently I shot a song on Buddha's life. Like, it's a beautiful song.
Yeah, and that will be sung in Sinhala also. Yeah.
Yes, it will be sung in many different languages. Already sung in Hindi.
Okay, I think we are almost there. 1 hour and 15 minutes we have taken, and it was very interesting talking to you, Gagan.
No, but, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, finally, we would, is there, a message that you could give, to everyone as a takeaway? What is the message?
See, the message I would like to say, what I've experienced. If you really want to live happily, you have to remember your death every day. That you make it a point. Every day when you wake up, keep remembering you are going to die one day. And then your mind will work in the right direction. Because when we go to the cremation ground, you can see that moment, that few hours, how do you feel? You feel, oh, you know, end of the day, we all have to go. So your mindset is like that one. Then your brain will start working on the right track. So if you want to really live happily, keep remembering your death every day. That one day you have to go, and what we are looking forward to, you know, like name, fame, money, properties, whatever, nothing will be there at the end of the day. You will be dying, and everything will remain here. So that is my message. That will bring you on the right track.
So thank you very much, Gagan. It was so lovely talking to you. It was interesting and inspiring. And now I will invite Bante Panyavansa to offer his closing remarks to wrap up the session. Thank you very much, Gagan, once again.
It was my pleasure, and thanks to all of you who are there to listen to me, and lot of regards and love and everything, and may Triple Gem bless all.
Thank you very much, Gagan. And thank you very much, Anoma. We've been having so many chats with Gagan, and also I must mention Saman Malik from behind the scenes, who is also with us in order to, you know, sort of bring together a program that can truly reflect upon what truly inspired a person who just came to, you know, play a role with that sense of dignity, with that sense of serving with proper justice to the role that he has taken. And this has essentially changed Gagan's whole entire life, from just being an actor to now being an activist, and also being an advocate for the sasana for Buddhism in India. Gagan was speaking about 84,000 Buddha statues, which is also the amount of Buddha statues that King Asoka offered to King Asoka offered the same amount of Buddha statues to all across.
He made 84,000 Buddha like stupas in our country.
Yes.
So it's the same amount. Now you, Bante, you also have to join this mission and get the maximum statues across the world, so we can do it together.
Saman Mali has already sent me an invite on your behalf, Gagan.
Saman Mali is my backbone in Sri Lanka. As everybody knows, she is the strongest supporter for me, who is doing all the hard work for me, you know, doing the things. And she is very well versed in Dhamma also. She always let me know all the right things about Dhamma.
Yes, and I don't know whether you know, Gagan, Saman Mali was a teacher in the same school that I went to. So
okay.
I remember her with the sari, you know, and we've not interacted, I think, because she came later on, but she still treats me like a student rather than a monk. You know?
Oh, that sounds good.
Which I appreciate. And I think special thanks should also be given to Uncle Navin, or Mr. Navin Gunratna, who has really played, and he wasn't just a producer for you, was he, Gagan? He was really like a Kalyana Mitra, what we call in Pali, where he gave you he showed you a certain path, and he gave you the advice that you required to sort of take this further from embodying. So we must really sort of thank Navin as well. I must also mention, just like Gagan mentioned about his Kalyana Mitras being, Saman Mali and Mr. Navin Gunratna, I must also mention that this session was organized in order to wish someone who is known to both Gagan, myself, and of course, Mr. Gunratna. This session was initially organized to wish for Sureka's birthday, wishing her a happy birthday. So Sureka is having her birthday on the 7th. So just like Gagan, you said that Saman Mali is your backbone. Surekha is mine.
Okay, perfect.
So she must be
Okay.
quite shy right now to hear that on a public forum. So it is with that sort of intention that we have organized today's program. So as we sort of wish Surekha a happy birthday on the 7th,
Okay.
we hope, Gagan, for your mission in India and what you're doing for, not actually, it has actually now grown, isn't it, from India to Thailand to Vietnam to China. It has really grown. So whilst wishing you all the very best in all of those endeavors,
Thank you.
we thank everyone who has been involved in bringing this program together. Thank you, Anoma. Thank you, Saman Malik. Thank you, Mr. Gunratna. And I must also announce that when Corona ends, we have received the green light to sort of telecast, to sort of show this Siddhartha Gautama, Prince Siddhartha Gautama film across Europe to people who have not been able to see it. So the Dhamma Center will be taking the initiative, working together with Saman Malik, Gagan and Mr. Gunratna to bring this film to all of you as well, because I think it is such an inspiring, well done movie, and especially for the young kids as well, who do not know much about the Buddha and his life story. So thank you, everyone. Have an amazing rest of the day, and we will keep you posted on everything which is to come in the future. Thank you very much, Gagan, again.
Thank you, Venerable. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone for giving me this lovely chance. You know, it's a great chance. It was an honor, and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Gagan. It was lovely.
Okay.
Take
All
care.
right. Namo Buddhaya.